Chapter 2156. All sides at war, multiple fronts. The human race's 2 billion troops, among which there are over 1 million divine venerables and quite a few transcendents, are led by the Kill Saint Venerable. Their target is several alien star regions near the White Tiger Star region. Lin Moyu's flying sword rune instructed them to attack the aliens, but did not specify which race. They were free to choose. They didn't need to actually conquer the regions, just cause significant damage to several races. Currently, the main forces of all races are concentrated on the front lines, leaving their homelands defenseless. Facing the Kill Saint Venerable's troops, they have no power to resist. The Hao Saint Venerable's troops are attacking aliens outside the Xuanwu Star region. Lin Moyu's requirements are the same. They don't need to annihilate the races, just inflict heavy damage. Lin Moyu believes that with the abilities of the 2 Saint Venerables, achieving this is no problem. His target is the various races near the Azure Dragon Star region. Little Bull's army of starry sky beasts is on the move again. The starry sky beasts still have several dozen days of life left, so they must be used well. This time, Lin Moyu did not use the concealment rune but directly had Little Bull break the barrier and lead the starry sky beast army inside. The alien race he attacked is called the Yellow Sparrow clan, which is weaker than the Red Tiger clan. The clan has 2 transcendents, both on the front lines. Now the clan is defenseless, giving Lin Moyu the perfect opportunity to strike. The timing of the 3 fronts was very precise, almost simultaneous, with only a short difference. As the barrier was broken, the Abyssal Demon Eyes immediately sensed it and transmitted the information back. On the Abyssal Demon Lord's throne, a divine venerable level avatar sat. Upon receiving the Abyssal Demon Eyes report, the flames roared and immediately sent the message to the front lines. Within half a day, the front lines had received the news. The Hell Demon Lord said in a low voice,
"The human race has suddenly attacked the Blackstone clan, the Spirit Turtle clan, the Flying Python clan, and the Ironwood clan. The Yellow Sparrow clan is simultaneously suffering a beast tide, initiated by the giant rhinoceros beast from before."
The faces of several Saint Venerables changed. The Black Gold Saint Venerable said,
"Is the human race crazy? What are they trying to do?"
The newly arrived Red Gold Saint Venerable muttered,
"Another beast tide, and the timing is just too coincidental."
He implied that he didn't believe the beast tide was a natural occurrence. Someone must be manipulating it. If it wasn't the Tianlong from the boundary area, then the giant rhinoceros beast must have made a private agreement with the human race. Perhaps the human race offered many benefits, leading it to manipulate the starry sky beasts to attack the aliens. The Blood Bull Saint Venerable asked,
"Should we go to support them?"
The Saint Venerables fell silent, debating whether to provide support. If they went, what would happen to the front lines? But if they didn't go, would the 100-race alliance collapse? The Hell Demon Lord slapped the table and made the first decision.
"We must support them, or the 100-race alliance will collapse."
The human race likely intended to cause the collapse of the 100-race alliance. At this moment, alarms sounded in the military formation, and a brilliant firework bloomed. The Saint Venerables rushed out of the palace, looking into the distance. In the distance, dozens of human transcendents, led by several Saint Venerables, were charging towards them. Without the burden of an army, the human race moved quickly. By the time the alarms sounded, the human experts were already close. The dilemma was immediately in front of them. Should they focus on the front lines or go to support? The human experts charged aggressively, led by the Sword Saint Venerable, the War Saint Venerable, the Rune Saint Venerable, Lin Moyu, and the War God Fortress. At first glance, the human race seemed to have only 5 Saint Venerable level combatants. But the 100-race alliance had 6 Saint Venerables. They had more Saint Venerables than the human race, seemingly holding the advantage. But they had no confidence in quickly defeating the human race and killing their Saint Venerables. It might take 10 days to half a month with no clear result. But in those 10 days to half a month, several small clans might be wiped out. From the information obtained from the Abyssal Demon Eyes, the human race had deployed an astonishing amount of military force this time. Moreover, the various races were currently defenseless and couldn't stop the human race. They were already weaker than the human race, and now even more so.
Even without the kill Saint Venerable, we can send one person to support the various races.
The Red Gold Saint Venerable said,
Blood Bull Saint Venerable, the Bull Demon clan is close to the Xuanwu Star region. Have the Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable attack the Xuanwu Star region, and I'll lead people to attack the White Tiger Star region.
He knew very well that supporting the various races would be too late. The best solution was to directly attack the human star regions, forcing the human race to retreat. At this moment, a golden light rose from the starry sky, and a golden sun rose from the human army. The golden sun swept towards the 100 Race Alliance with overwhelming momentum.
Be careful, it's the Heavenly Saint Venerable of the human race. Isn't the Heavenly Saint Venerable supposed to be in the Divine City? When did he get here? Be careful, the Heavenly Saint Venerable is the strongest among the human Saint Venerables. Who will deal with him?
There are differences in strength among Saint Venerables, and the gap between the weak and the strong is significant. The Heavenly Saint Venerable is undoubtedly one of the top Saint Venerables. The present Saint Venerables all knew the power of the Heavenly Saint Venerable and didn't think they could stop him. The Red Gold Saint Venerable, who had just said he would attack the White Tiger Star region, changed his mind.
I'll handle the Heavenly Saint Venerable.
He flew out towards the golden sun. Before he could leave the military camp, a brilliant sword light cut through the starry sky, slashing towards him. One sword to annihilate the sky. Lin Mohan's sword strike was terrifying, causing fear. The Red Gold Saint Venerable's face changed drastically. He finally understood how the Abyssal Demon Lord felt back then. He felt that if he wasn't careful, he might die under this sword. And the one who struck was just a transcendent.
What a monster!
The Red Gold Saint Venerable screamed and took out a long spear. The spear was pure white, contrasting sharply with his red gold body. The spear was covered in various skeletal patterns, looking extremely sinister. Almost all transcendents in the 100 Race Alliance had a powerful magical treasure, but no one knew where these treasures came from. The common feature was that these treasures were all covered in skeletal patterns. It was with these treasures that the transcendents of various races could match the human transcendents. The Red Gold Saint Venerable held the spear to meet Lin Mohan's sword light. But just as the spear was about to strike, it suddenly exploded. The terrifying power rebounded, blasting the Red Gold Saint Venerable. He screamed in pain as half of his feathers were blown off. The timing of the spear's explosion was perfect, and the sword light followed closely. The Red Gold Saint Venerable revealed a resolute expression and coldly shouted, summoning his Rules World. In the Rules World, countless red eagles flew out, crashing into the sword light without hesitation. Then the Rules World transformed into a giant eagle, emitting red gold light, colliding with the sword light. Crack! Everyone heard the sound of breaking. A crack appeared in the Red Gold Saint Venerable's Rules World. At the same time, the Red Gold Saint Venerable screamed again, being blasted back. Fortunately, his Rules World blocked Lin Mohan's sword. The retreating Red Gold Saint Venerable was filled with fear and disbelief. Why did his magical treasure suddenly explode? The Black Gold Saint Venerable said,
These treasures have problems. The Abyssal Demon Lord's treasure also suddenly exploded before. Otherwise, he wouldn't have lost so quickly.
Indeed, if the treasure hadn't exploded, the Red Gold Saint Venerable wouldn't have lost so quickly. But without the treasures, the transcendents of the 100 Race Alliance were no match for the human transcendents. The headache now fell on them. The Heavenly Saint Venerable didn't give them time to think. The golden sun had already fallen like a meteor.
Could it be that this Lord Tianlong has a grudge against the dragon race?
2157 2157. Chapter 2157. Resources are actually fortune. The front lines officially erupted into battle, and the 100 Race Alliance's army retreated frantically. This was a battle that belonged only to Saint Venerables and those at the Transcendent Realm. Those below the Transcendent Realm had no qualifications to participate. It was like the reappearance of ancient wars when even those at the divine venerable realm didn't qualify as cannon fodder. 2 million years have passed, and now the scale of battles is far less than before. But ordinary divine venerables still have no qualifications to participate. Only high-level divine venerables can take part to some extent. Whether one possesses the power of rules has become a clear dividing line. The front lines were incredibly intense. The battle between Saint Venerables and Transcendents was grand in momentum and vast in scope, incredibly astonishing. Everyone retreated billions of kilometers, barely avoiding the impact. The sudden attack by the human Saint Venerables left the Saint Venerables of the 100 Race Alliance unable to focus on anything else. They could only let the humans attack various races. Now, they could only rely on the Abyssal Demon Lord. His avatar would surely inform the Demon Lord. Perhaps the Demon Lord and the Eagle Emperor would have a solution. They were truly powerless. If the Demon Lord and the Eagle Emperor couldn't stop the humans, the 100 Race Alliance would inevitably collapse. Little Bull led the resurrected army, wantonly ravaging the Yellow Sparrow clan's star region. The Yellow Sparrow clan had no power to resist. Their strongest forces were at the front lines, leaving the clan defenseless. Lin Moyu only glanced a few times before losing interest. He instructed Little Bull to be cautious and then turned towards another battlefield. The warship entered deep space, advancing at maximum speed.
According to the plan, the Demon Race and the Golden Eagle Race shouldn't have many tricks left. They each have one Saint Venerable. The Demon Race's Saint Venerable hasn't appeared for a long time, and no one knows what he's doing. The Golden Eagle Race's Purple Gold Saint Venerable is said to be about to emerge, but it's unclear when exactly. The Bull Demon Clan has the Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable, who can act. But he probably won't stop the humans. Instead, he'll attack the Xuanwu Star region, forcing the humans to return. Unfortunately, the human star regions aren't so easily attacked.
In Lin Moyu's calculations, the 100 Race Alliance had no Saint Venerables left to send. If they truly wanted to stop this disaster, only the Eagle Emperor and the Demon Lord could act. But their true bodies couldn't leave, and their avatars were only peak Saint Venerables. And within the human race, there were Star Elder and the Human Emperor network. They wouldn't foolishly send their avatars to be killed. There's also the power of the Black Blood Great World. With no other options, Lin Moyu believed the 100 Race Alliance could only use the power of the Black Blood Great World. This force, which once invaded the Great World and then hid, should now reveal itself.
Enemies hidden in the dark are the most terrifying. Once exposed to the light, they are nothing.
Lin Moyu smiled. His arrangements served multiple purposes. He aimed to collapse the 100 Race Alliance and force out the Black Blood Great World to see how strong its remnants were. Lin Moyu believed they couldn't be too strong. Otherwise, the Black Blood Great World would have destroyed the human race long ago and wouldn't have hidden until now. Based on this reasoning, the ultimate victor of the ancient war was still the Great World. At least the Heavenly Venerables mostly survived. Lin Moyu left the Yellow Sparrow clan and entered the Wind Serpent clan's star region. This time, he used the concealment rune again, transforming into a member of the Ghost race. Here, he didn't sense the power of the Black Blood Great World. He approached the Abyssal Demon Eye and lightly pointed at it. A piece of flesh belonging to a peak divine venerable exploded, causing a loud boom. In the explosion, the Abyssal Demon Eye shattered on the spot, and the Abyssal Eye Demon controlling it also died instantly. The death of the Abyssal Eye Demon shocked the Abyssal Demon Lord. Usually, when the Abyssal Demon Eye was destroyed, the Abyssal Eye Demon would only be injured. Unexpectedly, this time it died directly. The Abyssal Demon Lord murmured,
This Abyssal Eye Demon was in charge of the Wind Serpent clan's star region. The Wind Serpent clan is also under attack, and to destroy the Abyssal Demon Eye so cleanly without damaging the barrier. It must be the Ghost race.
The Abyssal Demon Lord analyzed continuously, his voice growing colder.
It might not be the Ghost race. It could be someone pretending to be the Ghost race. The humans are very cunning. It could also be a starry sky beast with special talents.
He quickly conveyed his analysis to the Demon Lord. Currently, his true body was injured and recuperating, so his avatar served as the intelligence relay. What the Demon Lord would do specifically, he didn't know and didn't care. The bone hell flashed in the starry sky. Each appearance meant the disappearance of a star system. The bone hell, now at Divine Venerable rank 9, had a diameter of 100 billion kilometers, far more terrifying than before. Even a transcendent would struggle to escape from it. For ordinary Divine Venerables, even high-level ones, they would be killed in a short time, becoming nourishment for the bone hell. Lin Moyu used the containment formation in conjunction with the bone hell, killing and collecting star systems. These star systems would become resources for the human race. Over the years, as his realm improved, Lin Moyu had come to understand something. The amount of resources, in a certain sense, represents fortune. In ancient times, the great world was incredibly prosperous, with immense fortune, constantly evolving and producing abundant resources. This was a manifestation of fortune. Now, the great world's runes are damaged, and its fortune has declined. Resources have become non-renewable, scarce, and the world is gradually declining. This further weakens the great world, creating a vicious cycle. The most troublesome issue seems to follow a certain pattern. The great world continues to expand. The outer space is growing larger, further consuming the great world's origin. These are all headaches difficult to solve. Lin Moyu is now collecting large amounts of resources to enhance the human race's fortune, which in turn will boost his own luck. When the time comes, his next plans can proceed smoothly. Only by gathering the great world's fortune and severing all its karma can he face the impending battle world. Only by defeating the battle world and plundering its origin can he hope to build a new divine path and truly repair the great world's runes. Lin Moyu's will was incredibly firm, and his actions became ruthless. He had no sympathy, nor would he show mercy. A moment of mercy now could lead to the destruction of the entire great world. In his view, these alien races should have perished in ancient times. Their existence is unreasonable. At least, for the great world, it's unreasonable. In just a few days, Lin Moyu exterminated the Wind Serpent clan. The great world's reward did not arrive, which was expected. Many Wind Serpent clan members were still in the frontline army. As long as they lived, the Wind Serpent clan wasn't truly exterminated, and the karma wasn't severed. Lin Moyu wasn't in a hurry. Things must be done one step at a time. He turned and flew towards another race, beginning a new slaughter. In the starry sky, a gigantic iron bull appeared, larger than a star, swiftly traversing space. The Iron Bull wasn't a physical entity but composed of an army. The Bull Demon Clan's army formed a battle formation, charging towards the human Xuanwu Star region. The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable led the charge, filled with killing intent. Soon, the Xuanwu Star region appeared in sight. The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable raised his battle blade.
Kill!
The Iron Bull roared, its horns glowing, and a sea of blood appeared in the starry sky. 2158, 2158. Chapter 2158. Suffered a double loss. The Blood Sea Demon Bull Formation is the name of the Bull Demon Clan's battle formation. According to human records, the power of the Blood Sea Demon Bull Formation is not weak, comparable to the demon race's battle formations. Moreover, the Blood Sea Demon Bull Formation has an advantage that the demon race's formations cannot match. It does not need to consider cultivation levels. The more people in the formation, the greater its power. It is said that if 1,000 peak god kings form the formation, they can rival a god venerable. If 1,000 peak god venerables form the formation, they can contend with a transcendent. Even without peak god venerables, as long as there are 10,000 high-level god venerables, they can still fight a transcendent. Although they would certainly lose, they could at least hold out for a while and not be utterly defeated. Now, at least several 100,000 members of the Bull Demon Clan have formed the Blood Sea Demon Bull Formation, heading towards the human Xuanwu Star region. Led by the Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable, the formation's power is terrifying. Even a Saint Venerable would have to retreat. The human race had long discovered the Bull Demon clan's approach, and the formations in the Xuanwu star region were fully activated. The power of the human emperor network surged like a waterfall, causing the formations to glow intensely. A phantom Xuanwu, black tortoise, appeared in the starry sky. The Xuanwu star region, using the mythical beast Xuanwu from the Xuanwu battlefield as a totem, created the Xuanwu formation. Once activated, it can manifest the image of Xuanwu. Since its creation, this formation had never been used in actual combat. Now, with the Bull Demon clan attacking, the formation was deployed for the first time. Xuanwu let out a roar, and boundless water appeared in the starry sky, transforming into a vast ocean that surged towards the Blood Sea Demon Bull formation. Xuanwu belongs to the water element, and the water laws were greatly enhanced by the formation. The ocean grew stronger, and the laws sublimated into the power of rules. Faintly, a world rose within the power of rules, with the formation even evolving into a rules world. Within the formation, belief plaques spontaneously burned, and the power of belief was added to the formation. At the same time, 100 drops of myriad-colored water flew out, merging into the formation. The human race's original power of belief and the myriad-colored water jointly empowered the formation, pushing it to its limit. Xuanwu seemed to don a layer of armor, becoming radiant and colorful. The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable's expression grew more serious as he felt the power of the Xuanwu formation, which was no less than the Blood Sea Demon Bull formation.
The human race's foundation is indeed terrifying. If it weren't for attacking while the human race was weak, with the secret help of the Black Blood Great World, the various races would never have had a chance to invade.
In truth, he didn't want to face the human race head-on, but now he had no choice. Roar! Xuanwu roared a second time, leaping into the ocean, and a full moon rose from the ocean. The formation evolved Xuanwu and simultaneously evolved a rules world, turning decay into magic. The ocean waves surged forward, colliding head-on with the Blood Sea Demon Bull formation.
Kill!
The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable roared, summoning his own rules world. It was a blood-colored land where countless black bulls in blood armor ran wildly. The power of the rules world merged into the formation, further amplifying its power. With a thunderous boom, terrifying energy swept through the starry sky. The starry sky shattered like tofu, and the massive shockwave surged. The formations of the Xuanwu star region glowed brightly, blocking all the impact. The formations twisted but did not break. The human race's formations were far stronger than the demon race's barriers. Moreover, with the continuous supply of power from the human emperor network, even a Saint Venerable couldn't break through easily. The ocean waves surged like a volcanic eruption, scattering in all directions and then falling like arrows. The Blood Sea Demon Bull formation evolved demon bulls that collided with Xuanwu. Xuanwu was knocked over, but its tail swept into the Blood Sea as it flipped. Countless Bull Demon clan members were swept away with screams, their bodies shattered in midair, dying on the spot. This sweep was incredibly powerful, causing even high-level god venerables to vomit blood and be seriously injured. Those below high-level god venerables died instantly upon contact. With just this sweep, 1/3 of the hundreds of thousands of Bull Demon clan members in the Blood Sea Demon Bull formation died instantly. The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable's eyes were bloodshot, and he roared in anger. Countless blood-armored mad bulls charged out from his rules world, attacking Xuanwu. Xuanwu's scales flashed, shooting countless ice arrows like a dense storm, directly extinguishing the blood-armored mad bulls. At the same time, Xuanwu stomped, causing the starry sky to tremble, enough to shatter a star system. The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable swung his battle blade, cutting off Xuanwu's leg. With a loud crack, Xuanwu's leg was severed, but the energy shockwave killed another batch of Bull Demon clan members. More than half of the people he brought were dead or injured, yet they hadn't even touched the edge of the Xuanwu star region. The formation flickered, and Xuanwu's leg instantly regenerated. The turtle shell on Xuanwu's back suddenly flew out, smashing into the Blood Sea Demon Bull formation. The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable felt a pang of fear.
Retreat quickly!
He roared, ordering his people to flee. But it was too late. The turtle shell exploded. The Blood Sea Demon Bull formation collapsed instantly. Except for the Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable, all the Bull Demon clan members were killed. After this strike, Xuanwu's aura rapidly declined, turning into starlight and dissipating. The Xuanwu formation also had its limits, which had now been reached, requiring time to recover. The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable watched as the tens of thousands of his people died before his eyes. His eyes were bloodshot, and he charged towards the Xuanwu formation with his battle blade. At this moment, a figure appeared in the starry sky, clad in golden armor and radiating dazzling light. The human emperor descended. Although it was just a projection, its power was no less than that of the Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable. The human emperor pressed his palm down, and countless runes gathered into an ancient symbol. The ancient symbol transformed into a pagoda, pressing down.
Get lost!
The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable roared, slashing with his blade. The starry sky was torn apart, and the blade light struck the pagoda, sending it flying. But the Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable was also sent flying uncontrollably. The human emperor moved both hands, evolving countless runes. Runes flew out from within the Xuanwu star region, intertwining to form ancient symbols. The ancient symbols evolved into weapons of all kinds, thousands of them, attacking the Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable. The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable roared, swinging his battle blade continuously, destroying weapon after weapon. Although the evolved symbols were powerful, they couldn't stop a true Saint Venerable. The human emperor didn't intend to stop him, just to buy some time. The Xuanwu formation quickly recovered. Within minutes, the formation was operational again, and Xuanwu reappeared in the starry sky. The human emperor leaped onto Xuanwu's head, looking coldly at the Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable. The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable was on the verge of madness. Dealing with Xuanwu alone was difficult enough, and now with the human emperor's projection, he had no chance. If he insisted on fighting, he might die here. The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable roared in anger, his energy and blood surging, and turned to leave. The human emperor didn't pursue, watching quietly as the Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable left, then dispersed the Xuanwu formation. The Scarlet Bull Saint Venerable not only failed to break into the human territory but also lost tens of thousands of his people, suffering a heavy loss. A similar situation occurred in the White Tiger Star region. The Golden Eagle clan's Purple Gold Saint Venerable led his subordinates to attack the White Tiger Star region. But he encountered Star Elder's avatar and didn't dare to engage, fleeing in disgrace. The human emperor's greatest strength lies in control. To exert his full power, he needs to be near the Divine City, not in the 4-star regions. As long as Star Elder is in human territory, he can exert his power to the fullest. If the Purple Gold Saint Venerable dared to charge in, Star Elder would ensure he never left human territory. After a round of battles, 2 flying sword runes flew out, one to the rune Saint Venerable and the other to Lin Moyu. 2159, 2159. Chapter 2159. How about letting the various races move? A few days later, Lin Moyu received a flying sword rune and learned about the events in the human star region.
As I expected, the only difference is that the Purple Gold Saint Venerable came out early. I don't know if he really finished his cultivation or if he came out early because of this incident. But it doesn't matter. Next, the people from the Black Blood Great World should come looking for me.
Lin Moyu smiled.
I wonder if it will be a Transcendent or a Saint Venerable. It's most likely a Saint Venerable since a Transcendent has already died once.
Lin Moyu was not very confident about killing a Saint Venerable for now. He believed that given the caution of the Black Blood Great World, after losing one Transcendent, they wouldn't send another to die. After all, Transcendents were not as common as cabbages. Their numbers were limited. After severely crippling a race, Lin Moyu quickly withdrew and returned to the Yellow Sparrow Star region where Little Bull was. Upon his return, Lin Moyu used the containment formation to sweep away all the star systems in the Yellow Sparrow Star region. By this time, the battle in the Yellow Sparrow Star region was nearing its end, and the region had been thoroughly devastated. Lin Moyu's voice reached Little Bull's ears.
Let's go.
Little Bull, who was in the midst of battle, was puzzled.
Master, we're almost done.
Lin Moyu didn't explain and simply said,
Let's go.
As soon as he spoke, all the resurrected beings disappeared simultaneously. Little Bull obediently stopped fighting and entered the containment formation. Lin Moyu took Little Bull and, with a few steps covering billions of kilometers, took out his warship and disappeared without a trace. Just a day after Lin Moyu left, two black-robed figures appeared in the starry sky. The black-robed figures were from the Black Blood Great World, exuding a bloody aura. Both were Saint Venerables, just as Lin Moyu had expected. After losing one transcendent, the Black Blood Great World wouldn't send another to die. Unfortunately, they arrived too late. Lin Moyu was long gone. Two other races fared even worse. Their people were completely wiped out, and their star regions were gone. The Saint Venerables from the Black Blood Great World were bewildered. It felt as if the ghost race had joined forces with the starry sky beasts. They instinctively wondered,
could it be that the human race has not only bought off the starry sky beasts but also the ghost race?
The two Saint Venerables from the Black Blood Great World were utterly confused. After searching for 2 days without finding any clues, they had no choice but to leave. They had no idea that Lin Moyu was hiding nearby, watching them from a great distance. Dozens of runes, merged with the starry sky, monitored their every move. The runes were so well hidden that even Saint Venerables couldn't detect them. Even after they left, Lin Moyu didn't show himself, waiting quietly. Sure enough, half a day later, the two Saint Venerables returned. They had pretended to leave, only to circle back after half a day. Unfortunately, they didn't realize that their every move was under Lin Moyu's surveillance. After returning and finding nothing, they finally left in disappointment. This time, their trip was in vain. After confirming that the two had truly left, Lin Moyu released Little Bull again.
Continue as planned. After exterminating the Yellow Sparrow clan, the next target is the Short-Legged clan.
Little Bull patted its chest and assured,
Don't worry, Master. I will complete the task.
Lin Moyu smiled and boarded his warship, heading towards another target. Another bloody massacre began. Lin Moyu was reclaiming the blood once shed by the human race. On the front lines, the battle between the Saint Venerables and Transcendents lasted 20 days before finally ending. Both sides suffered casualties. The human race lost 3 Transcendents, while the 100 Race Alliance lost 7. The human race emerged victorious once again. War is cruel, and it's almost impossible to avoid casualties entirely. Unless the human race could produce a true supreme, capable of sweeping through the 100 Race Alliance. Unfortunately, the human race has no supreme, so some plans must be executed at the cost of blood. As the great battle concluded, the human armies attacking the various races also withdrew. Lin Moyu also ceased his actions. When the 100 Race Alliance received the news, the entire alliance was in an uproar. They couldn't believe what had happened. Countless people felt as if the sky had fallen. After watching an exciting battle between Transcendents, they found their own race had been annihilated. According to reports from various sources, the human race's thunderous attack wiped out 12 races. Meanwhile, the giant rhinoceros beast, leading the Starry Sky Beast army, exterminated 3 races. The ghost race reappeared and flattened 7 races. After this battle, the ancestral lands of the 100 Race Alliance were devastated, with 22 races either annihilated or crippled. Including the previous dozen or so, the 100 Race Alliance had lost over a third of its members. The alliance could no longer be called the 100 Race Alliance, as it now had fewer than 70 races. The human race's strike had left them utterly stunned. Countless people called for the extermination of the human race, but it was just empty talk. Could they really annihilate the human race? Almost impossible. The atmosphere in the 100 Race Alliance's palace was incredibly heavy. Everyone, whether Saint Venerables or Transcendents, looked grim. Only a few races, like the Black Stone clan, showed no expression. They were originally just stones, but their eyes were filled with anger. The black gold Saint Venerable said,
"This can't go on. I've reviewed our situation, and since the war began, we've been led by the nose by the human race."
The blood bull Saint Venerable agreed.
"I feel the same. We've never gained any advantage. Small victories mean nothing, and in major battles, we've always been the losing side."
The scarlet bull Saint Venerable, who had just arrived at the front lines, said,
"I brought 300,000 Bull Demon Clan warriors, but we couldn't even breach the Xuanwu Star region's gate. All our warriors died. If I hadn't reacted quickly, I might not have made it back."
He exaggerated a bit, but most of it was true. The Bull Demon Clan suffered significant losses this time. The purple gold Saint Venerable also arrived.
"I encountered Star Elder outside the White Tiger Star region and had to retreat."
Both were helpless. They had intended to attack the human star regions, forcing them to retreat for self-preservation, hoping for mutual destruction at best. But they couldn't even breach the gates. The Hell Demon Lord said,
"It seems the human race has been hiding its strength for thousands of years. We've all been deceived by them."
The demon race had long fought the human race, thinking they knew their strength well. But when the real fight began, it was completely unexpected. The human race's true strength was far beyond what they usually showed. After years of great battles, they finally realized they had been deceived. The human race had hidden its true strength. Now, the problem was right in front of them. Although they had more Saint Venerables than the human race, the cost of victory was unimaginable. The Magma Demon Lord said,
"Let's not talk about the human race for now. We need to solve our current problem. The 100 Race Alliance is already in name only. What should we do next?"
The newly arrived purple gold Saint Venerable's eyes lit up.
"I have an idea, but I don't know if it will work. Let's discuss it together."
The other Saint Venerables immediately perked up their ears. With the Abyssal Demon Lord absent, the Golden Eagle Clan's Saint Venerables were the ones with the most ideas. The purple gold Saint Venerable said,
"How about letting the various races move?"
2162,160. Chapter 2160. The gates of the inner realm space have already closed. Purple gold Saint Venerable put forward his suggestion. Although it was a clumsy solution, there didn't seem to be any better options at the moment. However, relocating the various races was a major undertaking, not something that could be easily accomplished. How to move, where to move to, whether to only move living beings or entire star systems, these were all issues to consider. Moreover, once the relocation actually began, it would require a significant amount of time. Would the human race give them that time? This kind of decision couldn't be made by the Saint Venerables alone. The transcendence of the various races would need to be involved in the discussions as well. But the more people involved, the harder it would be to reach a unified decision. Moving would be time-consuming and laborious. Not moving could mean being the next target for extermination by the human race. The 100 Race Alliance, which hadn't yet completely collapsed, was unable to reach a consensus. Purple Gold Saint Venerable's single suggestion nearly caused an uproar. The news eventually reached the ears of the Abyssal Demon Lord, and was finally passed on to the Demon Lord and Eagle Emperor. After some discussion, the Demon Lord and Eagle Emperor felt that although the idea wasn't great, it was feasible. The most critical issue now was still dealing with the human race. To deal with the human race, the 100 Race Alliance couldn't fall apart. After all, they still had over 100 transcendents. These transcendents were a significant force that couldn't be abandoned. Moreover, relocation wasn't without benefits. At the very least, it would concentrate their forces and allow them to mobilize more troops. At worst, if they defeated the human race, they could always search for and reclaim the lost star regions later. Those races that had already been nearly wiped out would also have a place to repopulate and survive. After several days of discussion, a decision was finally reached. They would relocate, taking their star systems with them. The 100 Race Alliance had many divine venerables. The Demon Race and Golden Eagle Race provided numerous magical treasures to facilitate the relocation of the various races. The Saint Venerables and Transcendents kept a close watch on the human race, providing escort. The entire relocation process was estimated to take over 10 years. In the human camp, Rune Saint Venerable had just received the latest news. A hint of a smile appeared in his eyes.
They've chosen to relocate.
War Saint Venerable took a light breath.
Young friend Lin really predicted it.
Rune Saint Venerable nodded.
At the time, young friend Lin said the 100 Race Alliance would have two possibilities. The first was that they would collapse and completely disband, each race fending for itself. The second was that they would relocate, moving their star systems together for consolidation. Young friend Lin analyzed that the second possibility was more likely. Now it seems he was right.
War Saint Venerable asked.
Did young friend Lin say how to proceed next?
Rune Saint Venerable chuckled.
Young friend Lin formulated plans for both possible reactions from the 100 Race Alliance.
Rune Saint Venerable briefly explained Lin Moyu's plans. At this point, only the Saint Venerables were present in the meeting hall, so there was no fear of information leaking. According to Lin Moyu's plan, they could relocate, but not too many star systems should be moved away. Those were resources and at the same time fortune. Losing resources and star systems would also damage their fortune. So resources should be kept as much as possible. The role of the Saint Venerables on the front lines was to keep the Saint Venerables and Transcendence of the 100 Race Alliance occupied. As for other matters, they would be handled by him and Heavenly Saint Venerable. Kill Saint Venerable had also returned to the front lines. The human race now had 7 Saint Venerable level combat powers on the front lines. The 100 Race Alliance currently had 8 Saint Venerable level combat powers. Although they outnumbered the human race by 1, the outcome of an actual battle was hard to predict. Among the human race, Heavenly Saint Venerable was worth 2 opponents, capable of tying down 2 Saint Venerables. This also gave Heavenly Saint Venerable and Lin Moyu the possibility to act freely. Lin Moyu moved along the edge of the boundary area. He sensed the aura of the Black Blood Great World. Since he had tricked the 2 Saint Venerables from the Black Blood Great World last time, they seemed to be furious with embarrassment. That Saint Venerable had returned recently and began roaming this area of space. Lin Moyu didn't want to confront them head-on for now. He used concealment runes to avoid them, sticking close to the boundary area as he moved away. Space was vast. If Lin Moyu intentionally avoided them, finding him would be harder than achieving Heavenly Venerable status. Vaguely, Lin Moyu sensed an aura coming from the boundary area. It seemed a great battle had erupted inside. Energy fluctuations swept out, and faint roars of starry sky beasts could be heard. Lin Moyu entered the boundary area and sent out Little Bull to take a look. Soon, Little Bull sent back information. A small race's forces had entered the boundary area, seemingly intending to go to the outer realm. However, they were stopped by the starry sky beasts. After a great battle, that race's forces were permanently left in the boundary area. A smile appeared on Lin Moyu's lips.
The net has been woven. It's too late to escape now. It seems the 100 Race Alliance must have made a decision.
As he was pondering, a flying sword rune with a faint glow appeared before him. After reading the information in the flying sword rune, the smile in Lin Moyu's eyes grew stronger.
Indeed, it's as I predicted. They chose to relocate. What happens next depends on me and Heavenly Saint Venerable. The people can leave, but the planets must be kept.
Lin Moyu knew that the various races wouldn't put all their eggs in one basket. Reproduction and survival were always the most primitive and fundamental missions of a race, as well as the instinct of living beings. They would send large forces to the outer realm. That way, even if they were defeated in the inner realm, at least the seeds of their races would be preserved. But what they couldn't have imagined was that the boundary area had already become an impenetrable net. No one could get out. Now the gates of the inner realm space had closed. The human race was about to begin hunting down the trapped beasts. This was also something that had to be done to sever the karma of the Great World. Lin Moyu was getting further and further from the Azure Dragon Star region, gradually approaching the Black Tortoise Star region. On the warship, Lin Moyu pondered his next actions. Little Bull lay beside him, looking somewhat listless. felt a bit bored without battles during this period.
Master, why did you seal off the boundary area?
Little Bull didn't quite understand. Lin Moyu sipped his tea and said slowly,
Were your ancestors native starry sky beasts of the great world?
Little Bull nodded.
Yes.
It was very certain about this question. The memories of the great world were engraved in its bloodline inheritance. There was no mistake about this. But it didn't understand why Lin Moyu was asking this. Lin Moyu continued asking,
Then can you distinguish which starry sky beast's ancestors don't belong to the great world?
Little Bull mooed.
I can. It's very clear.
Lin Moyu's eyes lit up.
Tell me about it.
Little Bull said,
I didn't understand much before. I would just see some starry sky beasts and feel they were very annoying. I wanted to eat them. At that time, I hadn't awakened my intelligence yet, so I wasn't very clear. Later, when I awakened my bloodline and gained intelligence, I finally understood why. It's because those guys aren't starry sky beasts of the great world, so I dislike them.
Lin Moyu finally understood why Little Bull had no reservations about bringing over the transcendent realm starry sky beasts back then. It turned out that the ones it brought were all those it disliked. Lin Moyu continued asking,
Besides distinguishing through bloodline, are there any other methods?
Little Bull raised a hoof and scratched itself.
There is. Any starry sky beast that has awakened its bloodline and possesses intelligence belongs to our great world. Are you sure? I'm sure. Lord Tianlong said so. It can't be wrong.
Tianlong came from the dragon race. Although he was missing dragon pearls and his strength had greatly decreased, his words were indeed worth listening to. Everything has its cause and effect. Lin Moyu's thoughts turned rapidly, quickly grasping the connection between having intelligence and being a native starry sky beast of the great world. He felt that this issue might lie with the world's origin. Starry sky beasts could be said to be the first batch of living beings nurtured by various worlds. Their connection to the world's origin was extremely close. The origins of the worlds where the various alien races originally came from were gone. So the starry sky beasts from those worlds had no chance to awaken intelligence. Lin Moyu felt he had found the root cause and knew what to do next. 2161, 2161. Chapter 2161. The Dragon Clan of Onlookers. In Lin Moyu's plan, after dealing with the various clans, the final task was to handle the cosmic beasts. He knew that many cosmic beasts came from different realms and were not native to the great world. Their existence was also a burden for the great world. Previously, he couldn't figure out how to distinguish them, but now a few casual conversations gave him an idea.
It seems that to solve this problem, I'll ultimately need to trouble the celestial dragon. The dragon pearl must be retrieved. Only then can I get the celestial dragon to help me.
Lin Moyu had already thought of a method in his mind. Little Ox asked curiously from the side,
Master, you still haven't told Little Ox why you want to seal off the border area.
Lin Moyu took a sip of tea and smiled.
It's a long story, involving the ancient Great War.
Little Ox said,
I know about the ancient Great War. My blood inheritance contains some information about it. My ancestors participated in that war. At that time, we were a large clan, but almost all of us died in that war. But what does that war from so long ago have to do with us now?
It spoke without sadness, as the ancient war was too distant for it to empathize with. Little Ox's thinking was simple: eat well, drink well, sleep well, and then do whatever it wanted without constraints. This was its ideal ox life. If it could be more perfect, it would find a female ox and have a litter of calves. Lin Moyu said,
The great world is about to end.
Little Ox jumped up suddenly, its eyes wide open.
Master, don't scare the ox.
Lin Moyu glanced at it.
I'm not scaring you. If we don't do something, the great world will truly end soon. When that time comes, either you nor I will escape death. Now the great world faces both internal and external troubles. What I'm doing is solving the internal troubles of the great world, then focusing all efforts on dealing with external threats.
Seeing Lin Moyu's expression, Little Ox immediately became serious.
Little Ox doesn't understand much, but Little Ox knows that the great world is my home, and Little Ox can't be without a home. Moreover, Little Ox still wants to find many female oxen and have many little oxen.
Reproduction was a mission ingrained in its bones, awakening along with its bloodline. Lin Moyu smiled.
Then do as I say. I believe the great world can still be saved.
Little Ox smiled.
Little Ox believes in Master. Master is the best.
Little Ox was quick to flatter. Whether it worked or not, flattery was never wrong. Lin Moyu changed the subject.
How much do you know about the celestial dragon in the border area?
Little Ox shook its head.
Actually, I don't know much. When my bloodline awakened, the celestial dragon was already there. We all know the celestial dragon is from the dragon clan, but no one dares to mention it. The celestial dragon greatly dislikes the dragon clan. We.
Little Ox referred to meant those cosmic beasts that had already awakened intelligence. The fact that it had survived until now proved that Little Ox's clan had once been powerful. As far as Lin Moyu knew, cosmic beasts had indeed participated in the wars of ancient times, and countless cosmic beasts had died then. Later, when it was discovered that people from the Black Blood Realm could control cosmic beasts, Lin Moyu had once considered exterminating all cosmic beasts. But now it seemed that shouldn't be the case. Just as alien races should be divided into friends and enemies, cosmic beasts should also be distinguished between native and foreign, not lumped together. For humans and the great world, severing karma was an enormous plan that couldn't be perfect from the start. It could only be changed step by step as events unfolded. Lin Moyu's voice became quiet and calm.
Little Ox, do you know about the dragon clan?
Little Ox mooed.
I know a little bit, but not much. Tell me about it.
Little Ox possessed partial blood memory, so it knew some extremely ancient matters. Lin Moyu was just probing, and indeed, it did know something. At this moment, Little Ox felt that this master seemed quite nice, quite amiable when not fighting and killing. Little Ox actually loved to chat. Having gained intelligence, it spent all day with a bunch of unintelligent creatures and couldn't find a female ox. It spent most of its time sleeping and was actually very bored, very much enjoying finding someone to talk to.
The dragon clan probably isn't native to the great world. In the memories of my ancestors, they greatly respected the dragon clan, but no one knew why the dragon clan came to the great world. It seems that at that time, humans and dragons often interacted, but gradually grew apart later. Maybe it was because the dragon clan didn't help humans during the ancient Great War. Especially in the recent tens of thousands of years, the dragon clan has basically gone into seclusion, rarely seen.
From Little Ox's description, Lin Moyu vaguely sensed the special nature of the dragon clan. He had long suspected that the dragon clan wasn't actually native to the Great World. During the ancient Great War, the dragon clan indeed didn't intervene. If the dragon clan were truly native to the Great World, they would have had no reason not to act. They seemed more like bystanders, clearly in the Great World yet only coldly observing, never interfering in the affairs of the Great World. The survival or destruction of the Great World had nothing to do with them. But if the dragon clan wasn't native to the Great World, why did they come to the Great World? Then there was the insect clan. The dragon clan and insect clan were at odds, seemingly having a grudge. The insect clan likewise wasn't native to the Great World. Lin Moyu felt that the Great World seemed to still have many secrets he didn't know about, and his own small world similarly had secrets. At least the matter of the God Tower was still a mystery until now. Given the chance, he planned to go back to the small world to take a look. He couldn't return, as Antares had warned him not to go back. But looking from afar shouldn't be a problem. Half a month later, the warship finally arrived at the Xuanwu Star region. Hao Shengzuan had long been waiting there, with over 1,000 warships neatly floating behind him. Each warship had the ability to navigate deep space. In front of the warships stood various divine venerable all high-level divine venerable. Lin Moyu bowed to everyone.
Junior pays respects to Hao Xingzuan and all the seniors.
These divine venerable had serious expressions and didn't smile, only slightly nodding to Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu could sense that the aura around them was unusual, unlike soldiers or ordinary cultivators from families. Hao Shengzuan chuckled.
Don't be surprised, they're always like this. These are the private troops I've personally trained for my family. In terms of combat power, they surpass ordinary cultivators, and they can form battle formations. Even facing transcendent realm opponents, they can still fight.
Hao Shengzuan wasn't alone. He had a family and several disciples. This was common knowledge. Not just Hao Shengzuan, but other venerable were the same. Lin Moyu wasn't surprised. He just hadn't expected Hao Shengzuan to deploy his family's private troops this time. Hao Shengzuan continued.
These people are absolutely loyal to me and won't leak information, so you can rest assured.
So that's why Hao Shengzuan had dismissed others and used his own private troops instead. It had to be said, he had thought it through very carefully. Lin Moyu didn't stand on ceremony either, getting straight to the point.
I have a team here that I plan to put under your joint command. We'll split into 2 routes and sweep through simultaneously. Those alien race people can leave, but the star systems can't be moved.
Under Hao Shengzuan's gaze, Lin Moyu called out Little Ox. 2162 2162. Chapter 2162. Such a cute little ox. Hao Shengzuan had long known that the army of cosmic beasts was actually under Lin Moyu's command. Unexpectedly, Lin Moyu did not directly manage them but let a cosmic beast of the other shore realm handle it. When the little ox saw Hao Shengzuan, it immediately greeted respectfully.
Little Ox greets Lord Xingzuan. I wish Lord Xingzuan well. My ancestors once fought alongside the ancestors of the human race. I never thought I would have the chance to fight alongside Lord Xingzuan now. This is inheriting the glory of my ancestors. The little ox is thrice blessed. Please rest assured, Lord Xingzuan. The little ox will definitely follow orders. Wherever you point, the little ox will charge without a second word.
This flattering manner was both amusing and exasperating. Hao Shengzuan, not one to hit a smiling face, also smiled and said,
Hello?
Lin Moyu patted the little ox's head, signaling it to shut up. The little ox immediately closed its mouth and said nothing more, looking as obedient as could be. Lin Moyu said,
I'll leave the little ox to you, senior. During this sweep, there might be Xingzuan from the Black Blood realm appearing, so you must be careful.
Lin Moyu briefly explained the situation in the Huangke Star region, which had already been detailed in the Flying Sword Talisman. Hao Shengzuan sneered.
I just hope they come. If they dare to come, they won't leave.
Hao Shengzuan had long been prepared, eagerly hoping that the Shengzuan from the Black Blood realm would come. Lin Moyu nodded, not needing to say more, and instead asked,
Where is Xiao Wu?
Xiao Wu and Hao Shengzuan were always inseparable, even closer than she was to her master. It was strange not to see her this time. Hao Shengzuan said,
Xiao Wu is cultivating in my rule world. She said she wants to quickly improve her realm to help you.
Lin Moyu smiled.
That little girl is quite thoughtful.
Xiao Wu had excellent talent, but Lin Moyu did not think she could actually help him. As long as Xiao Wu was happy, that was enough. Hao Shengzuan suddenly raised an eyebrow.
Xiao Wu is awake.
In front of him, a phantom light appeared, and Xiao Wu flew out from it in a flash. As soon as she came out, Xiao Wu rushed towards Lin Moyu and clung to him like a koala.
Master is finally back. Xiao Wu missed you so much.
There was a special bond between master and servant. Xiao Wu was very dependent on Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu was shocked, not because Xiao Wu was clinging to him, but because of her realm. Unknowingly, Xiao Wu had become a high-level divine venerable, although her aura was not very stable, as she had just become a high-level divine venerable not long ago. But Xiao Wu's realm had caught up with her master. Lin Moyu remembered when Xiao Wu had just reincarnated as a human. Her realm was only at the true god level. It hadn't been that long. Hao Shengzuan said.
Surprised, right? I was too. I don't know what the two celestial venerables left for Xiao Wu, but she can advance with just a little cultivation. At this rate, she might become an other shore realm in a few years. In 50 years, she could very likely become a Xingzuan.
The things left by the celestial venerables were too good and very suitable for Xiao Wu. Her cultivation speed was faster than light. Lin Moyu knew the inside story. In her previous life as a human, Xiao Wu was the beloved of the two celestial venerables. Even after becoming a spirit, the illusory mist celestial venerable still treated Xiao Wu very well. Not only the illusory mist celestial venerable, but also the holy talisman celestial venerable treated Xiao Wu well. Although they were gone, it was natural for them to leave something for Xiao Wu. Xiao Wu finally had enough of clinging to Lin Moyu and suddenly noticed the little ox.
Wow, such a cute little ox.
She flew to the top of the little ox's head and sat down boldly, holding onto its horns, clearly treating the little ox as a mount. The little ox was unhappy but didn't dare to say anything. It could see that the relationship between Xiao Wu and Lin Moyu was special, and such people couldn't be offended. Xiao Wu happily said,
Little ox, what's your name? Just call me Little Ox, or you can call me Ox Lord.
Xiao Wu responded,
Little Ox is so cool. I'll give you my favorite toy later.
The little ox was depressed.
I'm a cosmic beast of the other shore realm. Why would I want a toy, this little brat?
At this moment, Xiao Wu was already shaking the ox's horns, as if she was controlling the little ox. The little ox wanted to shake Xiao Wu off, but it received a warning from Lin Moyu.
Xiao Wu likes you, so let her ride for a while.
The little ox mooed, not daring to disobey Lin Moyu's words. Xiao Wu patted the little ox's head.
Little ox, don't worry, Xiao Wu will protect you.
The little ox was speechless.
You're just a high-level divine venerable. I could kill you with one breath. Do I need your protection?
Hao Shengzuan said.
Then we'll make our move first. What about you?
Lin Moyu said.
I'll go to the White Tiger Star region to intercept the alien races. Eventually, I'll go to the Vermilion Bird Star region, to the front line.
Hao Shengzuan smiled.
All right, see you at the front line then.
Lin Moyu had already arranged the plan. Hao Shengzuan would sweep and chase, not to exterminate, but to kill as many as possible. In fact, it was more of a drive, gathering the various races together and then exterminating them. When Lin Moyu reached the front line and joined all the Shengzuan of the human race, they would engage in a great battle with the 100 Races Alliance. This battle would completely establish the victory of the human race. After thoroughly defeating the 100 Races Alliance, the various races would inevitably flee. With the border area sealed, they wouldn't be able to escape and would only wait to die within the domain. Only a few strong races would have the ability to break through the border area's blockade and escape to the outer domain. At that time, the human race would focus all their efforts on preventing their escape. Lin Moyu had long planned for this. Unknowingly, Lin Moyu had become the behind-the-scenes manipulator of this great battle. The entire battle rhythm was playing out according to his script, and so far there had been no mistakes. Even the sudden intervention of the Black Blood Realm hadn't changed the overall situation. Hao Shengzuan and Lin Moyu bid farewell and went their separate ways. Although Xiao Wu was a bit reluctant, the presence of the little ox made her very happy. Xiao Wu, still a child at heart, was easily distracted. The warship re-entered deep space, heading towards the White Tiger Star region. That was Lin Moyu's battlefield. His and Hao Shengzuan's actions would be the last operation before the great battle. The relocation of the various races was in full swing. The 100 Races Alliance had dispatched a large number of divine venerables to move their star systems. The final destination of the various races was between the Demon Race and the Golden Eagle Race. Here, they could be protected by the strong of the two races relatively safe. Fortunately, the current starry sky was vast, with far fewer star systems than in ancient times, providing enough space to accommodate them. The relocation started smoothly until Hao Shengzuan and Lin Moyu began their actions. Hao Shengzuan struck first, leading a group of high-level divine venerables, and the cosmic beast army of the Little Ox, starting a frenzied pursuit of the relocating races. The stance was very aggressive, as if they wanted to exterminate them all. It seemed that the human race didn't want the various races to relocate, so they pursued and killed them. The 100 Races Alliance responded by having their Shengzuan and other Shore Realm experts keep a close watch on the human Shengzuan and other Shore Realm. At the same time, 2 Shengzuan from the Black Blood Realm headed towards Hao Shengzuan's team. Meanwhile, near the White Tiger Star region, alien race teams relocating were silently disappearing. Clouds churned, and the skeletal hell, seemingly real and unreal, turned into an invisible mouth, devouring countless lives. 2163 2163. Chapter 2163. Almost tripped up in the gutter. Among the demon race, a lava planet burning with raging flames suddenly exploded, and a terrifying demon with 3 pairs of wings flew out from the flames. The demon lord's face appeared in space.
Soul Devourer, follow the guidance of the abyssal demon eye to this location.
A demon eye flew out and landed in Soul Devourer Demon Lord's hand. Soul Devourer Demon Lord was the 4th demon lord of the demon race, and also the strongest among the 4 demon lords. If anyone could compare to the celestial venerable of the human race, it would be him. Even among the 100 races, among the 10 venerables, he was the strongest. In fact, there were more than 10 venerables among the 100 races. The 3 silver race once had a venerable, but unfortunately, that venerable died the earliest. In terms of true strength, the 3 silver race was not as strong as the ox demon race, but they had a larger population than the ox demon race and were more high profile. So everyone knew the 3 silver race was strong, while the ox demon race wasn't listed among the strong races. In fact, the consistently neutral ox demon race was slightly stronger than the 3 silver race. Soul Devourer Demon Lord accepted the Demon Lord's order and flew towards the destination at top speed. Lin Moyu was completely unaware of this and continued to manipulate the skeletal hell, devouring people from the 100 races. Hao Shengzuan was doing the same thing as Lin Moyu, only his actions were much more noticeable. His divine venerable private army, plus Little Ox's cosmic beast army, was unstoppable along the way, with no one able to resist. Hao Shengzuan stood in space, looking into the distance. In the far reaches of space, 2 crimson bloodlines were rapidly approaching. Hao Shengzuan's face showed a cold smile.
They've finally come. Just as Lin Moyu said, it's the venerables from the Black Blood Realm. These bugs have been hiding for so many years, and have finally started to show themselves again.
In that battle years ago, after layer upon layer of analysis, Lin Moyu had deduced that the Great World may have ultimately won. But at that time, the Great World had suffered heavy damage, causing various celestial venerables to leave. As the losers, the Black Blood Realm disappeared, with some people from the Black Blood Realm remaining in the Great World. They hid themselves, like bedbugs, not daring to show themselves. This time, they finally couldn't resist taking action. Perhaps they also realized that if they didn't act now, there would be no more chances. Regardless of the purpose of the Black Blood Realm's hiding, they would forever be enemies with the human race. This point would not change. Facing the 2 bloodlines racing towards him, Hao Shengzuan directly expanded his rule world to meet them. Not far away, his army was still in a great battle, and Little Mist was still happily playing on Little Ox's head. Even if it was just the aftermath, a battle between venerables would affect them. Arranging the battle in the rule world was naturally the best choice. Hao Shengzuan's virtual rule was silent and imperceptible. Even venerables would find it difficult to detect. As the virtual rule world expanded, the scenes inside moved with his will, directly projecting space, as if it didn't exist. The 2 venerables from the Black Blood Realm, without detecting anything, directly rushed into the rule world. By the time they realized something was wrong, they were already inside the rule world. Bringing enemies into one's own rule world was quite a dangerous move. If the rule world was damaged, for a venerable it would result in serious injury at best and death at worst. However, Hao Shengzuan had absolute confidence.
2 bugs, hiding for many years, finally have the guts to come out.
Hao Shengzuan's voice rang out, and he himself also entered the rule world. The gates of the Rule World had already closed. If the venerables from the Black Blood Realm wanted to leave, they would have to kill Hao Shengzuan, otherwise it would be impossible to get out.
You're seeking death.
The two Black Blood venerables stared coldly at Hao Shengzuan, simultaneously drawing their long swords. The strong from the Black Blood Realm loved to use long swords the most. Their swords were incomparably sharp, carrying the unique aura of the Black Blood Realm. Countless bloodlines spread throughout the Rule World, turning into bloody lightning, rumbling incessantly. The nauseating smell of blood became stronger and stronger, as if it would pollute Hao Shengzuan's Rule World. Hao Shengzuan ignored the bloodiness, coldly snorted.
You lost back then, and you'll lose again this time.
The two Black Blood venerables exchanged a glance, their forms simultaneously disappearing, appearing beside Hao Shengzuan as if teleporting. The sword light was incomparably sharp, as if it would tear the Rule World apart. Hao Shengzuan's form shattered. He wasn't actually there. What the two had slashed was just an illusion. Virtual rule, seeming illusory yet real, true and false, hard to distinguish. The Rule World rumbled, descending with overwhelming power, suppressing the sword light. This was Hao Shengzuan's world. Hao Shengzuan's power could be greatly enhanced here. The methods cultivated by the strong from the Black Blood Realm were different from those of the Great World. They didn't have rule worlds, but they had incomparably sharp power. They also didn't have so many ways and techniques, they only walked one path, which was to push power to the limit. Hao Shengzuan appeared in midair, taking out a colorful ball, with rules spreading all over it, containing all kinds of rules, looking extremely complex. Star Elder appeared, his large hand pressing down virtually. Countless rules instantly converged into a palm, pressing down towards one of them. An ancient talisman appeared in Hao Shengzuan's palm, the talisman flashing with light, also a palm striking towards the other person. The two Black Blood Realm venerables coldly snorted, their long swords bursting out with a sky full of blood light, not retreating but advancing, wanting to shatter the palms.
Suppress.
Hao Shengzuan roared. The ancient talisman instantly became stronger, falling like a mountain, like a prison. Amidst screams, that venerable's whole body burst with blood, flying backwards. At this moment, another scream rang out. The Black Blood venerable facing Star Elder was also slapped flying, looking even more miserable. Hao Shengzuan coldly smiled.
This is the Great World, not your Black Blood Realm. Here, you have no chance.
Star Elder chuckled.
Little Hao is not bad. These years haven't been wasted. Your strength has greatly improved.
Hao Shengzuan said.
Thanks to Lin Xiaoyu's blessing, my ancient talismans have been strengthened quite a bit.
Hao Shengzuan's virtual rule was good at defense but not offense. His attacks all relied on ancient talismans. Lin Moyu had connected several secret realms in succession, allowing the human race to obtain several ancient talismans. And he had also passed the complete first to third level ancient talismans to Talisman Venerable. After Talisman Venerable comprehended them, he had strengthened Hao Shengzuan's ancient talismans. Hao Shengzuan's combat power had risen sharply compared to before. The two Black Blood venerables flew up again, quickly approaching each other, and finally touched. Strangely, the two actually fused together, merging into one person, their aura rising sharply. Star Elder coldly snorted.
The Black Blood Realm's fusion technique. In ancient times it once caused the human race quite a bit of trouble. But now, it's useless.
He glanced at Hao Shengzuan, and Hao Shengzuan understood, taking out a talisman plate. On the talisman plate was drawn a complex ancient talisman. The talisman activated, the ancient talisman flashed with light and flew out, then exploded. A huge and terrifying soul impact swept out. The two Black Blood venerables who had just completed fusion groaned, once again splitting into two. The human race had suffered from the Black Blood Realm's fusion technique before. Naturally, they had thought of countermeasures. As long as soul impact was used, and it reached a certain intensity, it could make the fusion technique fail. The soul impact just now, although it couldn't cause much damage to them, was enough to affect the fusion technique. With the fusion technique failing, one of the Black Blood venerables suddenly teleported to appear beside Hao Shengzuan. slashing down with another sword. The ancient talisman in Hao Shengzuan's palm jumped. He struck out with a palm to directly clash with the long sword. At this moment, Star Elder suddenly shouted,
"Be careful!"
The other Black Blood Venerable raised his long sword high, countless bloodlines bursting out from the long sword, exploding with a rumble. The long sword self-destructed, the huge power impact shaking the rule world. The entire rule world became unstable, simultaneously affecting Hao Shengzuan. Hao Shengzuan's eyes lost their luster, his power rapidly declining. The just-activated ancient talisman also disappeared in an instant, at the cost of self-destructing the long sword, affecting Hao Shengzuan for a moment, allowing his companion to deliver a fatal blow. The sword reached his eyes, but Hao Shengzuan still had no reaction. Clang! With a crisp sound, a large palm appeared between the sword and Hao Shengzuan. Star Elder had arrived in time, blocking the sword for Hao Shengzuan. The palm only lasted for half a second before shattering on the spot. Hao Shengzuan finally came to his senses half a second later. The ancient talisman suddenly exploded, blasting the Black Blood Venerable away. Star Elder's laughter rang out.
"Almost tripped up in the gutter, huh? These bugs from the Black Blood realm still have some tricks up their sleeves."
2164 2164. Chapter 2164. Star Elder's Technique. Chaotic Star Realm. Hao Shengzuan hadn't expected the Black Blood Shengzuan to have this move up their sleeve, self-destructing their weapon, shaking his rule world, and thereby affecting him. The two Black Blood Shengzuan cooperated seamlessly, nearly causing him to suffer. That sword strike could sever Star Elder's palm, and it could likewise sever his body. It wouldn't kill him, but injury would be unavoidable.
"I underestimated them."
Hao Shengzuan revealed a smile, taking out a talisman plate and activating it. Runes transformed into 5-colored light falling on his body, forming a 5-colored armor. With this armor's protection, Hao Shengzuan's safety was assured. However, rune plates were difficult to make, and Hao Shengzuan originally didn't want to use them, but now it seemed safety came first. No one knew what other tricks the Black Blood Shengzuan might have up their sleeves. After all, they had fought against the human race before. Just as the human race had ways to break their fusion technique, they likewise had methods to deal with rule worlds. Star Elder's palm quickly reformed. As a clone, losing a palm was no big deal for Star Elder. The Black Blood Shengzuan, who still held a sword, pulled on his weapon. The sword split in two, from one becoming two, and he handed one to his companion. The two Black Blood Shengzuan stood shoulder to shoulder, as if everything had returned to the beginning. Star Elder chuckled.
"The Black Blood realm indeed has some skill. This old man won't be polite then. Little Hao, stabilize your rule world well. Don't let it get shattered."
Hao Shengzuan's expression turned serious.
"Do as you please, Elder."
Star Elder clasped his palms together, immediately erupting with brilliant light. In the originally illusory rule world, a multicolored blazing sun suddenly appeared. This blazing sun was composed of countless laws, simultaneously emitting cold and heat, ice and fire, with thunder and wind lacking nothing. Various laws appeared simultaneously, filling the rule world. Laws collided, sublimated, and for a time the entire rule world was rumbling, shaking incessantly. These laws collided, conflicted, and fused with each other, instantly performing myriad transformations. Vast power swept out from within, rolling towards the two Black Blood Shengzuan. The Black Blood Shengzuan's forms disappeared, but immediately reappeared. They had been forcibly blasted out. They were fine if they didn't move, but as soon as they made the slightest movement, the laws around them became extremely chaotic, and countless explosions engulfed them. Star Elder chuckled.
"Little Hao, how's the effect of this old man's chaotic star realm?"
Hao Shengzuan was exerting all his effort to maintain the stability of the rule world while responding.
"Your chaotic star realm is more powerful than before."
Star Elder was slightly smug.
"Not only is it more powerful, but it also has some new functions. Today I'll let you appreciate them."
As Star Elder's words fell, countless stars appeared in the rule world. Each star wasn't large, only about 10 meters in diameter. But they were numerous, and as soon as they appeared, they began to shine brightly, evolving into a star realm. They formed a starry world, interwoven to envelop the two black blood Shengzuan within. Even more violent explosions occurred inside the starry world, and Star Elder's attacks became increasingly fierce. However, all the attacks didn't leak out, but were absorbed and circulated within the starry world. How Shengzuan's pressure actually lessened. Amidst the explosion sounds, faint screams could be heard. The bloody smell became even more intense. As the master of the rule world, Hao Shengzuan was clear about the internal changes. Star Elder's chaotic star realm lasted for a full minute. After a minute, the realm dissipated and the stars vanished. The two black blood Shengzuan had been blasted beyond recognition. Their black robes in tatters, without a single piece of intact flesh on their bodies. The people of the black blood realm originally looked like dried corpses, but now they looked like shattered corpses, completely tattered. Only a pair of eyes still flashed with a fierce light. Star Elder sneered.
Not bad to actually survive this old man's chaotic star realm without dying. The black blood bugs indeed have tenacious vitality.
Hao Shengzuan said.
According to records, the people of the black blood realm have extremely powerful vitality. It's indeed so.
Hao Shengzuan had fought with people from the black blood realm before. That person suspected to be a Jizuan was extremely difficult to kill. These two before him were the same. Even Star Elder's technique couldn't kill them. Star Elder said,
But no matter how strong, there's a limit. Being able to endure one round is already the limit.
Seeing Star Elder about to make another move, Hao Shengzuan said,
Leave it to me.
He took out another talisman plate. Vast power appeared in the rule world, and the power of virtual realm rules pressed towards the two. Under the virtual realm rules, the two's bodies began to gradually virtualize. They were dissolving, being assimilated by the virtual realm, truly becoming nothingness. This was Hao Shengzuan's ability. The virtual realm rules could virtualize enemies. When enemies completely changed from real to virtual, it also meant they were dead. The black blood Shengzuan exchanged a glance, the fierce light in their eyes intensifying. The two's power suddenly erupted, raising countless bloodlines. The bloodlines condensed into blood pillars, as if about to break through the rule world. The talisman plate in Hao Shengzuan's hand activated. The ancient runes in the plate exploded, transforming into soul impacts sweeping out. The towering blood pillars were immediately interrupted. The two black blood Shengzuan's eyes rapidly dimmed, losing their luster for a moment. Hao Shengzuan said,
The strong from the black blood realm often self-destruct before death, perishing together with their enemies. Many Shengzuan in the past died from their self-destruction. But like their fusion technique, their self-destruction can be interrupted.
With the self-destruction interrupted under the erosion of the virtual realm rules, the two black blood Shengzuan's bodies became increasingly virtual, and their lives came to an end. Lin Moyu transformed into the ghost race, silently devouring the various races that were relocating. He was even somewhat aimless, sweeping through and not pursuing to the end. As long as you fled fast enough, you could survive. Gradually, news of the ghost race's reappearance spread. Everyone knew that wherever the ghost race went, not a blade of grass would grow. But the ghost race didn't target anyone for pursuit and killing. They wandered through various star regions, appearing and disappearing unpredictably, without pattern. But the more it was like this, the more it made the various races panic. Soon they even lost the desire to relocate, not wanting to take their planets, only wanting to flee for their lives. Many people abandoned their planets and began to flee. Lin Moyu manipulated the skeletal hell, swallowing a star system, his gaze looking into the distance.
Hao Shengzuan should have engaged in battle by now. I wonder how the situation is. Hao Shengzuan was prepared early on. With the advantage of foreknowledge, there shouldn't be any problems.
Based on his understanding of Hao Shengzuan, those two black blood Shengzuan were very likely to die. Lin Moyu suddenly retracted his gaze, looking towards the distance, a smile appearing at the corner of his mouth.
Finally here!
In his undead vision, in the distant starry sky, a blazing soul flame was rapidly approaching, at an extremely fast speed. Judging from the speed and intensity of the soul flame, the other party's realm could be determined, undoubtedly Xingzuan level.
The fourth Xingzuan of the demon race, the legendary strongest one, Soul Devourer Xingzuan, you've finally come out. Legend has it that Soul Devourer Xingzuan was born with the ability to devour souls, and can strengthen himself by devouring the souls of the strong.
Information about Soul Devourer Xingzuan simultaneously appeared in his mind. In the Human Emperor Network's data, Soul Devourer Xingzuan's threat level was even above that of Abyss Xingzuan. Abyss Xingzuan was treacherous, while Soul Devourer Xingzuan was terrifying and cruel. Lin Moyu had anticipated Soul Devourer Xingzuan's arrival. Now among the various races, the only Xingzuan they could deploy was Soul Devourer Xingzuan. If he didn't come, then it would be Eagle Emperor or Demon Lord coming. The skeletal hell dissipated, and Lin Moyu also merged into the starry sky, disappearing without a trace. By the time Soul Devourer Xingzuan arrived, Lin Moyu had long since vanished. 2165 Chapter 2165. We can't let them get stronger. Lin Moyu anticipated that a Xingzuan would come, and it was most likely Soul Devourer Xingzuan. The result was as he expected. It was indeed Soul Devourer Xingzuan. Facing the top expert among the Xingzuan, Lin Moyu had the ability to kill him, but there was no need. In the past, he would have used his trump card without hesitation. But now he couldn't use his trump card. The corpse of the Supreme Lord of the Mountain Forest, which could kill a Supreme, must be reserved for the battle realm. Although Soul Devourer Xingzuan was strong, he was not worthy. Without using his trump card, Lin Moyu did not want to engage with Soul Devourer Xingzuan. He was confident in protecting himself against Soul Devourer Xingzuan, but he had no way to deal with him, so fighting was unnecessary. Lin Moyu left, using a concealment talisman to stealthily disappear without a trace. After silently traveling billions of kilometers, Lin Moyu took out his warship and flew tens of light years away from deep space. With a buffer distance of tens of light years, even if Soul Devourer Xingzuan came, he would have enough time to leave calmly.
A Ghost Clan member should behave like a Ghost Clan member.
In the starry sky tens of light years away, Lin Moyu reappeared, roughly determining a direction and locking onto a location. There was a star system there, but Lin Moyu wasn't sure which race it belonged to. There were more than 20 races in the starry sky, all of them members of the 100 Races Alliance, which meant they were enemies of the human race. So no matter how Lin Moyu killed, he wouldn't kill the wrong target. The skeletal hell appeared silently, and within half a second, the dense fog engulfed the star system. Screams continuously came from the fog, and the skeletal hell was like the Grim Reaper, leaving no survivors. The containment talisman array followed, packing up the entire star system. Soul Devourer Xingzuan received information from the Abyssal Demon Eye and rushed over immediately. But by the time he arrived, Lin Moyu had already left without a trace. This happened twice more, and Soul Devourer Xingzuan was so furious that flames erupted from his body, and he roared continuously. He realized that the other party was just playing with him, avoiding direct confrontation. Soul Devourer Xingzuan's roars shook the starry sky, echoing through souls and spreading far and wide. Even Lin Moyu, who had already left, heard the roars. From the sound, it was clear that Soul Devourer Xingzuan was almost driven mad with anger. Lin Moyu, disguised as a Ghost Clan member, was like a shadow of death hovering over the various races. The races began to panic, abandoning their star regions and fleeing quickly with their people. Facing death, even their homes were no longer important. The gods of the various races, who were used to enjoying life, had never been so embarrassed. These gods, who had cultivated for thousands of years, now had to flee for their lives. But countless lives had already told them that facing the Ghost Clan, gods were useless. When the fog enveloped them, it meant the end of their lives. The appearance of the Ghost Clan became increasingly unpredictable, as if they could appear anywhere at any time. Even the strongest barriers of the demon race and the Abyssal Demon Eye were useless. Even if the Abyssal Demon Eye issued a warning, it was after the fact. What was the point of a warning when people were already dead? The star regions of more than 20 races fell into complete chaos. Everyone feared the Ghost Clan and began to flee faster. They abandoned their star systems and resources, only wanting to survive. Countless warships and spaceships, along with gods, fled quickly with their people. This situation reached the front lines, and finally, the strong of the other shore realm couldn't sit still. They disregarded everything and returned to their races to protect their people. In the face of the survival of their races, their hatred for the human race could be set aside. Soul Devourer Shangzuan repeatedly chased Lin Moyu through the Abyssal Demon Eye, but each time he was a step too late. Soul Devourer Shangzuan grew increasingly angry, his entire body swelling larger than usual. The concealment talisman was too powerful, and even a Shangzuan couldn't detect it. In the most recent instance, Lin Moyu was only 1,000,000 kilometers away from Soul Devourer Shangzuan, yet he still didn't notice. This made Lin Moyu realize that there was still a significant gap between a Shangzuan and a half-step supreme. If it were Eagle Emperor, he might have already been discovered at such a close distance. As many other shore realm experts returned to protect their people, powerful auras began to appear in the starry sky. These auras seemed to guide Lin Moyu, pointing the way. When Lin Moyu controlled the skeletal hell to devour another shore realm expert, all the other shore realm experts felt a chilling sensation. The Ghost Clan was not afraid of the other shore realm. The Ghost Clan had the ability to devour the other shore realm. The other shore realm experts began to feel uneasy, but since their races were there, they could only grit their teeth and hold their ground. At the same time, they sent out requests for help to the front lines, hoping that a Shangzuan could come to their aid. From the situation with Soul Devourer Shangzuan, it seemed that the Ghost Clan did not want to engage with Shangzuan. If a Shangzuan came to help, the situation might improve. The Shangzuan were in a dilemma. Helping or not helping both had consequences. If they didn't help, morale would collapse, and with it, the alliance. If they helped, what would happen to the front lines? At this point, the disadvantages of a multiracial alliance became apparent. Their unity and cohesion were far inferior to the human race. Eagle Emperor and Demon Lord finally couldn't sit still. They appeared together, along with a half-step supreme from the Black Blood realm named Mo Shui. The 3 half-step supremes assured all the races that they would personally deal with the Ghost Clan and protect the races. Upon receiving this news, everyone felt relieved. Their actions were immediately known to the human race, and Talisman Shangzuan sent 2 flying sword talismans to Lin Moyu and Hao Shangzuan. 2 days later, the Ghost Clan completely disappeared and never appeared again. It seemed as if the Ghost Clan were afraid of the half-step supremes and fled the starry sky. Not only the Ghost Clan, but Hao Shangzuan's team also withdrew. After numerous hardships, the relocation efforts could finally proceed smoothly. The various races headed to their destinations, licking their wounds. After this battle, who knew how long it would take for them to recover? The 3 half-step supremes stood in the starry sky, their auras somber. Demon Lord's large face was filled with anger, gritting his teeth.
Now it is certain, the Ghost Clan is under the command of the human race.
Eagle Emperor's voice was as cold as ice.
I found it strange before. The Ghost Clan didn't appear earlier or later, but right after we started the war with the human race. Thinking back now, some of the information about the Ghost Clan was even released by the human race.
Demon Lord muttered.
Have you noticed that it seems like the human race knows our every move?
Not only Demon Lord, but Eagle Emperor also had a similar feeling. No matter what decisions they made, the human race seemed to know in advance and respond accordingly. Mo Shui said coldly,
We fought with the human race for many years, and their strength far exceeds our imagination. There should be an ancient surveillance system left by the human race in the starry sky, so we must be cautious in our actions. In fact, we suffered the most in this battle.
The Black Blood realm had just appeared, and they had already lost an Other Shore Realm expert and 2 Xingzuan, which was a significant loss. Mo Shui was angry, but the people of the Black Blood Realm, who looked like dried corpses, did not show their emotions clearly. Demon Lord asked,
"Does your race have any information on the Ghost Clan?"
Mo Shui shook his head.
"No, when we fought with the human race, the Ghost Clan did not participate."
The Ghost Clan was used to suppress rebellions, and they did not appear in the battles with the Black Blood Realm. This led to them knowing nothing about the Ghost Clan and having no countermeasures. Mo Shui said in a deep voice,
"But it is certain that the Ghost Clan does not want to engage with Xingzuan, indicating that their strength is still insufficient. Previously, they avoided the Other Shore Realm, and now they avoid the Xingzuan. It seems that the Ghost Clan's strength is gradually increasing. They plunder resources, and I suspect they can grow stronger by devouring living resources. The most troublesome thing is that they are elusive and constantly launch sneak attacks, which is very frustrating. We can't give them any more opportunities to get stronger. I will arrange the Black Blood 9 Rivers Array, combined with your barrier, to protect the races and prevent the Ghost Clan's sneak attacks."
2166, 2166.